Hey folks, and welcome to the very last episode of Geeking Out, Comic Peek of the Week of the year of 2007. And this is our big one, folks. This is the top 10 books of 2007, as thought up by me and Leela here. We won't be back for another few weeks until January, so enjoy your time off. Leela, start up.
Alright, so first on the list for me at number 10 is New Avengers number 31. This book sort of flew under the radar a bit, but in it we found out that Elektra is really a Skrull. And this raised the question, who else might be a Skrull, and what else is coming down the line, which is starting to pan out now a bit with the Secret Invasion infiltration that's just starting now. So it'll be sort of next year's storyline was started all the way back here this year. So if you haven't read this book, pick it on up. It was a really good read, and it'll give you some insight into what's going on right now.
Number 9 for me is Adam Warren's Empowered from Dark Horse. If you like superheroes, you're going to love this book because it makes fun of everything. It's a hilarious read, and there's one great story in it that was heartbreaking, and I love this book. That's all I can really say. I love this book.
Alright, next for me is Civil War. This is a trade paperback, but let's just say that everything Civil War was pretty great. There was lots of earth-shattering events, including Peter revealing to the world who he was, and the big showdown between Iron Man and Captain America. So Aunt May got shot and Captain America died. I mean, this was the jumping off point for a whole bunch of stuff this year. So if you didn't read Civil War or heard about it, you must have had your head in the sand somewhere, because it was one of the biggest events of the year.
Next up for me, Transformers. Now the ongoing series is getting better and better as it goes along, and even without E.J. Sue on the art, who I didn't like at first, but I like now, it's still really good. Great story by Simon Furman, and so far really great art. If you're a Transformers fan, you're going to love this.
Alright, the next one on the list is so good that I don't even have a copy of it to show you because it's sold out and gone to second printing. It's the Heroes hardcover. If you're a fan of the TV show, you need to pick up the hardcover. It's got lots of backstory stuff, including what happened to Wi-Fi and how Linderman knew Mr. Petrelli. It's just way cool. If you don't have it already and you can't find first prints, don't worry. There's a second printing coming out in the new year.
Next up on my list, Courageous Princess, a graphic novel from Dark Horse and Rod Espinoza. Now, if you do not have this book, you should get it. This is one of the best all-ages fairy tale books I have ever read. And I'm not just saying that because Rod is a friend of mine, but dear Lord, you have to read this book. It's beautiful, full color, everything you could possibly want, and it's great for all ages. I read this to my niece and she loves it to death. Pick it up if you can.
Next on the list is The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. This is just the coolest storyline that's going on in the DC universe right now, except for maybe the Sinestro War Corps stuff that's going on in Green Lantern, which is just finishing. So because that didn't make my list, we'll just give it a little props right here. But The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul is just amazing. It's not over yet. It's such a good read, and the pace and the greatness of the story and art has been pretty constant throughout the entire crossover. So if you haven't read it, start picking it up because we're getting close to the end.
Next up on my list is Clockwork Girl from Arcana. Unlike Bonsai Girls from Arcana, this is a masterpiece. Simply beautiful art, great understory. It's got everything that you could possibly want. Even though there's only 2 issues out, I'm really loving this story so far. So if you get a chance, go and pick it up. It's only 99 cents, so where can you go wrong?
And last for me is Captain America. Everything Captain America, every issue, since the death of Captain America, has been amazing. Cap was shot by his lady love, who ends up crazy and pregnant, and the Winter Soldier's on the warpath, and the Red Skull has been the ultimate villain, and soon we're going to find out who the new Captain America is. I mean, this book has been so good, ironically, since Cap died. If you haven't been reading it, go back and try and read all of these issues. You won't be disappointed.
And the #1 book of the year is Buffy the Vampire Slayer from Dark Horse, Joss Whedon, Brian K. Vaughan, and George A. Jonte. If you are not reading this book, what the hell is wrong with you? Go out and buy it! all I have to say is great story, great art. It's got everything. And if you're a Buffy and Angel fan, you're going to love it. What do you think, Leela?
I pretty much think that, you know, it might have started a bit slow.
It did.
But it's really, really grown, and I'm just really enjoying the book. The second arc, the whole Faith arc, has been, you know, really great, and I love where they're going with Giles.
Yeah.
So if you're not reading this book, pick it up. And if you disagree with us about Angel, pick that one up too. And
but
hopefully
this is our pick for Best of the Year. See you next year, folks.
Bye.